Okay, so what's up, everybody? This is Manny, and it is May 19th, 2022, and we are reporting from zenpoolstudios.com in Mountain City, Texas. We have a lot to talk about today. Um, First off, if anybody wants pool lessons, I'm offering pool lessons here in Austin. Hit me up. You can call me directly, better would be cool. But if you wanted to book through the Airbnb, we'll put the link of the Airbnb. You can also book tournaments. So if you're wanting to put on your own special tournament, we could set up a tournament for you. So that option is also available at the link found at the Airbnb on the description. Thank you to the customer who booked, by the way, for tomorrow. So we want to network. Here's a topic for it. By the way, this is the Zen Kaizen. It happens every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Our link is found on our Facebook, Zen Pool Studios Facebook. It's at the very top. There's a Zoom link. Anybody that's interested in helping support the sport of professional billiards is welcome to come. And this, like I said, is a weekly reoccurring live stream on Zoom. The link can be found on our Facebook, and anybody wanting to support can come support pool. By the way, also, our goal is to have tens of thousands of purchases on the network weekly. So if you're washing your clothes with Tide already, please consider going to our website, zenpoolstudios.com, and purchasing from our link. All these small purchases eventually are going to add up to our prize money. So might as well be one of the first pioneers in supporting professional billiards through online purchases and buy your Tide from our website, zenpoolstudios.com. Let's look at the notes. What we're trying to do right now in this past few weeks is network vacation sales. So I am looking currently out building a pitch deck and looking for a venue to host our table and help us create sales and monetize our live content, which is a pretty simple process. It's a synergistic process that we're building with multiple content creators along a wide variety of different topics. But essentially, everybody will come in on their specified hour and help promote pool by hosting a live stream, exhibiting content, educating the viewer, and participating by playing the billiard game, which we've invited a lot of content creators to do, and we're excited that we're bringing them all together on this network. We're looking, by the way, for hotels in resort areas in the range from 120 to 220 US dollars a night. If you are that person, please reach out to us at zenpoolstudios.com or give us a call at 512-919-4455. We're looking for places with nightlife, beaches, and special travel destinations, unique. Our goal is for us to have tens of thousands of purchases weekly through this channel, and the vacation sales is just another way that we're going to be networking sales with professional prize money for billiards. Now, one of the big topics that I wanted to talk about this week was we had Chess Optics, Damien, wanting more viewers in his lives participating in the chat. Now, the best way that I've seen this done is for content creators to visit other content creators and pitch their stuff. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, when you're live streaming, some of these guys are going to be upset if you pitch. Some of these guys are going to not be upset. The guys I'm talking about on this list are not going to be upset. They'll invite you to come. one of the biggest in San Antonio, Lonnie, we have Backwards Billiards on YouTube. Follow him. He does a lot of lives. He gets a lot of people involved. And I'm sure if you come and you say, I'm part of Team Zen Pool, because Lonnie's on our team. It's great that we have Lonnie on our team. He's part of Team Zen Pool. So use the hashtag Team Zen Pool in Lonnie's stream and go and promote what you're doing. So if you're chess optics, go and tell people, talk about chess in Lonnie's streams. Find the open minds that will help you grow your channel and find the right people who want to engage with your content. Okay, so you do this by visiting other content creators. Indigo, that's one of our guys. Actually, okay, I don't know what I did with it, but oh, here it is. It's right in front of me. Okay. Indigo, he's one of our musicians. I want everybody, and I'm gonna do this. All right. I'm creating our first content creator bubble. That means everybody that's in this bubble, I want you guys to follow each other, check each other out, enjoy each other's streams, promote each other's content, and do all that fun stuff every week. So find, if your name is in this content creator bubble, I want you to find somebody like a partner that you like and just go support their content by whatever it is. Make a comment, whatever you do to support content creators. Go like them, follow them, engage in their stream. That's the important part. Engage in other content creators' streams, their live streams especially. So let's do this. We're gonna take a look here. We're gonna share screen. Oops, well, where's Dustin? We're gonna share screen, Dustin. Okay.
9 ball didn't want to get in the game.
So here's Dustin. You can follow Dustin on Twitch.
Oh my God.
Out of the Twitchers, I want y'all to listen closely. I want Dustin Lance Metzger. I want Marthinez. And I want Chadzilla.
Pretty lucky to make that 3.
Quest Ali.
I just wanted to hit it. I just wanted to hit it. I didn't even
Chess
think about making it like
Optics.
that, man.
Indigo. David I Am.
It was a good save. I just got lucky.
Keenma. You guys are all able to stream on Twitch where people are being monetized. So I want y'all to go where there's monetization, okay? And I want y'all to participate.
What is that, game number?
Just like the way
That'll be
Dustin
by the 9
has
early.
his live, I want y'all to
3?
schedule. He's live right now. If you go to Dustin's Twitch right here, / Dustin Lance Metzger, and he's not live, usually you would see that there is, you would usually see that if he's got his calendar set up when the next live is. So I want y'all to utilize this. Okay, now he's live, so let's go to his live and hang out with him. This is what I want y'all to do. Okay. So we're doing this in real time. You can see he's got 3 viewers. And if you need help, all right, we're gonna help y'all set up. If you're not already streaming on Twitch, please do. But right now we got Dustin. You can see he's got 3 viewers and he's live streaming. this is what y'all want to do. You want to go to his streams. He's one of all of these streamers that I've mentioned, I'm going to put all the links to everybody. We got 2 Facebooks, which is going to be Chadzilla and Fortune Canvas. We got 2 YouTubes, the Backwards Billiards and Apex Predator Billiards. And Peter Northcote, by the way, I want y'all to follow also on this. He's huge, all right? Peter Northcote, he has a follower that I've been knowing for 9 years who's been gifting streamers. This guy's been gifting streamers for 9 years. This is actual monetization that I'm talking about. His name's Lou. So if you go to Peter Northcote's stream on Twitch and you see Lou Vela, if you see that name, say hi to him and say, hey, my name's so-and-so. I'm from Team Zen Pool. Use the hashtag Team Zen Pool. Introduce yourself and just have fun. So this is how you do it. Look, we're here in the live. Hey, Dustin, how's it going? All right. Here's a simple question. I typed the question into the chat. If he's paying attention, he may or may not say something. But we're going to be working on that, right? The engagement part. But the point is, I want everybody to go to each other's streams and support each other. So Chess Optics, I invite you to check out.
Hey, Justin,
specifically, I want Chess Optics to check out.
Shoot some with my buddy Hassan.
Lonnie, Backwards Billiards on YouTube. And I want him to check out
the greatest 500 Fargo player you'll ever see in your
Kemoth
life.
on YouTube.
My opinion.
And because Chess Optics is on Twitch, you should already be following Marthrines, Peter Northcote, and this guy, Dustin. Okay, so this is the beginnings of, you see he's got 5 viewers now. He'll have viewers come in and out. You can say, look, here, anyone in the room like to play chess? My homeboy, Chess Optics has a dope stream on Twitch.
No. Do you want to get fucked up tonight?
If you want to check him out.
Say pinball?
And he's part, make sure you always put this, part of hashtag Team Zen Pool. I'm just going to capitalize the T, Z, and the P.
Anyone in the room like to play chess? There's 4 people here. I'm going to give you maybe 1 out of 4 probably play chess.
He says 1 out of 4. I said, that's a crazy odd, bro. I'm going to say, what's up, Dustin? I'm recording how to interact with a streamer right now. Hope I can use you as an example. Love your streams, bro. So here's where you would follow him. You would click here on this heart to follow him.
What up, Dustin? I'm recording how to interact with the streamer right now. Okay. You're recording my stream to record something for yourself.
Yeah.
It's a stream inception.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing well, man.
So that, you know, that's how you interact.
My stream.
That's how you interact with streaming. Okay. Also on Scout. On Scout, this is another way to. This is a huge hack. Now I'm gonna introduce you guys to two streamers here. So I introduced you guys to the Twitch streamers in this bubble. Okay, this is our first Zen Pool content or Zen Pool streamer bubble. All right. Within this bubble, I want everybody to support each other's content. And this is where you, like I said, this is where you can find, like, okay, Mondays at, I believe it's like 7 a.m. Central Time to 10 a.m. I believe, 7 to 10, around in that area. In the mornings, basically, in the early mornings of Mondays, if you're in Texas, I want y'all to go on Twitch and check out Peter Northcote's live stream. All right, now this live stream that you're going to see is a quality live stream production where he's constantly engaging with the viewers, and he's got some really cool things going on. One of the things I'm going to rip from him, because I just loved it so much and I wanted to do something like this and I was thinking about it, we're going to do a breaking news. He does a breaking news and we're stealing his breaking news idea. But we're going to do the same thing, breaking news, and we're going to focus that everybody within the content creators create at least 1 minute of content for us to plug for them. So in these breaking news, this is how it's going to go. It's going to be scripted just the very beginning, but it's up to you to fill the minute of content. You're going to say, it's going to say breaking news. This just in, this is, and then you would say Chess Optics checking in for Team Zen Pool with breaking news. And then you would state, okay, the breaking news is every Saturday we just did our reoccurring tournament, chess tournament or chess game or chess instruction, and blah, 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 blah. So that's when you create the content, right? What's going to draw the people towards your channel? You know, you're going to do a trivia one day, or, you know, do something special that's you're engaging with the people. So that was my biggest thing for Damien, you know, to be, okay, just like David says, David Meltzer, be more interested than interesting. So when anybody shows up to your stream, you should instantly, when you see them enter your stream, you should instantly recognize them, greet them, and engage with them, make them feel comfortable. And if they want to engage, they can. And if they don't want to engage, they don't have to. They can just watch. Those guys are called lurkers, okay, in the live streaming world. So it's good to have lurkers, and it's good to have people like me who are like fire starters, who love to engage in chat and talking and sending links and sharing links and blah, 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 supporting each other's content. You know, so that's basically the gist of what I want everybody to do. So I'm going to be tagging everybody, sending out this video to everybody that I mentioned so that they can support each other. Now let's go to Scout. Scout.com is a live streaming app. It's usually has women live streaming, but guys, you can feel free to live stream too. It's like kind of like a dating type setting. So it can get weird really quick, but this is an awesome free way to put exposure if you want to do live stream, to just get random people to come see who you are, what you're about. And I want to recognize two live streamers. One I want everybody to search is Nietzsche. Okay, you can spell her name like this, capital N-I-C-H-A, and search her on Scout. Now Scout, you can create a free account using your Gmail or however you want to sign up, and you can live stream by using this tab right here, the live stream tab, and people can search you. This is why I suggest using Scout rather than POF or Meet Me, because there are two other platforms, but we're going to suggest Scout because there's a search feature that we need to utilize, which right now I don't know why my search feature is not working, but you should be able to search and find other content creators and go hang out on their live stream. So I want everybody to follow Nietzsche on Scout, and you would just click her name and hit follow like this, or you just click her name and hit follow. And T-Mac. Okay, so this is T-Mac, and this is a screenshot of him on the Scout app. This is actual monetization being seen in real time. This is a game. What you're seeing is a game, a versus game, where two streamers battle each other, and the viewers and participants of the stream send gifts to the streamer. Now, the streamer that receives the highest number of gifts wins the battle. If you decide you want to use Scout, which I highly recommend you do, as a way to find more viewers for your content, be sure you follow T-Mac. Go to his stream, see how he's doing, what he's doing, and just ask him questions about live streaming or how he's monetizing on the app. Okay? He's not becoming super rich, but he is honing his live streaming skills, and he is a hub, like I said, for finding open minds for your content. When you go to these live streams, there'll already be an audience of people. Okay, you're gonna have an audience of people, and this audience, you know, is gonna be supportive because you're in a network. T-Mac is in our network. He's privy to what we're doing, and he's welcoming of any of our content creators hanging out with him on live stream and plugging their stuff or just talking about whatever. Basically, that's what you have to do as a content creator. Go on to other content creators' channels, participate, become an asset or a resource somehow, and share that way. So T-Mac and by the way, welcome Langdon. I was just going over two streamers who are our current resources on Scout for anybody wanting to promote their stuff. Also, Rowdy with Life Energy, he's got a full website. So the whole website's already operational. We're going to be promoting him plus Elijah. So I want all these content creators in a bubble supporting each other's content. And we want to be making, right, Langdon, at least 1 minute of content if we can per week, right? For the channel.
Right, we were talking about this earlier. Let's say somebody's late, right? You make an appointment, you're trying to move forward. But that person calls and says, I won't be able to be there for an hour and a half. I know I'm usually one to not like that my time has been wasted. And on that note, I'm sorry that I'm late. Did not mean to waste your time.
No, you're not wasting anybody's time. And that's why, let me stop share this.
But when you have that hour and a half that you're sitting there waiting on that client to show up, remember the best revenge is living well. And we're not about revenge necessarily, but living well is the best outcome. You got an hour and a half to sit there and be pissed off about somebody not being there. Man, spend that hour and a half and just put together some piece of content. Whatever's been on the back burner, something that you didn't have time for before, just get it done then.
That's time management, right? And everybody that's in this channel, they're already like super time management. And I don't expect anybody to be here, Langdon, but I do expect people to slowly start congregating. And we're kind of starting to merge, and people are meeting each other within the network. And I mean, you and Chess Optics, I've just been like blown away. I'm like, whoa. What's going on? Like, I don't even know. I'm supposed to be the guy like leading it. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on anymore because
it's been such a joy to work with Chess Optics. And, you know, I think that's kind of the thing that, I don't know, that's kind of the backbone of this whole thing. I find my way here every week, partly because you and I know we're offering something good, but really I appreciate being here because I expect to like be mingled with like-minded people. Whether it's right away,
you like to
or
enrich.
Over time.
I know you love to see people grow.
People like us are going to mingle here. And I think that's huge. I think that's an amazing thing. And I don't know how many people play golf or bowl, but I think it's kind of the same thing, or play pool. I would hope that everybody here plays pool, but you know, I love golf, billiards, and bowling for the same reason. On any given day, you can see something really cool happen on the table or on the floor. And I feel like this environment that
That's
we
so
are
true, right? And how great is that
Yes,
for content creation, right? Like we have like the perfect sport. Like it's instant, quick, it's awesome.
any day you show up here, you can see something amazing happen. And I know if I don't show up and if I don't attend, then the likelihood that I'm going to see something amazing or even see some amazing development, the odds go down dramatically. I'm more likely to see something amazing if I'm surrounded by like-minded people. And I'm glad that we have a gathering spot for those people. I think that's probably one of my favorite things.
Yeah, so in this video specifically, I'm going to link everybody. Like I'm going to put all the links, right? And then I'm going to send out everybody like, hey, y'all check each other's content out. I was just explaining using Dustin Lance. He's one of the pool streamers on Twitch, like one of the pioneer guys that just started streaming pool, you know, like nobody had done, you know, streaming live pool, and he's out there putting a live stream. Now it's not really content like focused. It's just him with the table hanging out. But the point is he's part of our network and we're going to help him create something cool. And he's already like in the mix. and you can go to his channel. Anybody can go to his channel and he'll have people that are playing pool. And if you're looking for a chess player, I would suggest going to Dustin's stream because a lot of chess players also play pool. Okay. So it's about those crossing the genres too, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, it's easy for somebody to misconstrue the statement like, I love my curmudgeons. But I do love my curmudgeons. And if you're talking about a sport that you can enjoy on your own, but is better enjoyed with other people, but you don't want to enjoy it with everybody, that starts to tighten the screws on the community. That's when you start understanding if there's a definition within the community, like, hey, worldly views, politics, this, that, and the other. A curmudgeon wants everybody to have their own view. Like I've said it a million times. I think everybody should be allowed to do whatever it is that they feel that they want to do, as long as it is in support of a worthwhile ideal. If it's not worth doing, I can't really stand behind you. If it's worth doing, though, I'm all about it. But everybody should be allowed to do whatever they want to do, as long as their thing to do is not telling other people what they cannot do.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm all in on that. You know, I think as long as you're not hurting anybody with what you're doing, then you're good.
If it's a worthwhile ideal, I say go for it. You know, a worthwhile ideal definitely has to be something that benefits someone, right?
It's not everybody's got different views on what's important, right? Like somebody might just be into like taking pictures of birds, right?
Yeah, you want to take pictures of birds? That's good for the birds.
Bird publicity.
You want to grow corn? That's great for people that like corn.
Which is basically what I'm doing, right? I'm taking pictures of birds, but they're pool players instead.
Pool playing birds.
Yeah.
Reminds me of one of my favorite things. See, like if somebody is in the market to just tell you what you can't do, right? It's like losing into arguments to somebody who says, you say like, yo, could you please start washing your dishes, bro? And they reply, could you please start washing your dishes, bro? Like, you're not going to win an argument with that dude. What you have to realize is like, they probably weren't your client in the first place. And the best way I've heard it compared is like, it's like playing chess with a pigeon. The pigeon doesn't know the rules of the game, but it doesn't matter because the pigeon's just going to kick over all the pieces and strut around like you fucking won anyway. Just don't play chess.
Don't play chess with the pigeon. All right, chess optics. There you go, chess optics.
Also, I think another good rule of life, if we're talking about rules of life, is you can get away from anybody you want to, but you can't get away from yourself ever. Make sure you don't end up stuck with an asshole.
Yeah, that's good advice. You're stuck with yourself, so make
Don't
yourself
get
a
stuck with an
better
asshole.
one. If you're doing bad to yourself, you can think about why.
I'm working on a theme song for the show. It's not going so well. It's kind of like, and it's kind of like.
Oh yeah, it's very melodic, right? Oh, by the way, did you see the email that I sent you? I don't know if you saw. Okay, so this is another thing. Anybody that wants the new South Austin bar box billiard tour format, right? And anybody that wants a copy of the format, just let me know. I'll send it to you in PDF. We just sent that out to the Evo, Benders, O4 Lounge, a few others. Tomorrow I'm going to be sending out to Baker Street Pub and another, I don't know, I have it written down. So bottom line is there's a new scoring system and a new format that I have. And I'm going to be utilizing, yeah, here's the thing, bro. Like here, this is really honestly, bro. Like, I didn't know like I was like, should I hide this? Should I not say this? Like, what should I do? Is this,
When do we let this loose, right?
yeah, but I was like, you know what? This is an open source scoring system that I'm going to give to the billiard community, that anybody that wants to use this to run an in-house league or do whatever they want to do with it, or join us, right? You know, everybody's gonna join us. They're gonna use this scoring system, and it's a mint perfect, flawless scoring system. I don't even know why this scoring system was never done in the first place.
Manny, as long as I've known you, you and I've always competed in either APA or BCA. So to hear that you have been secretly putting together what could possibly be the end-all scoring system, I am nothing short of intrigued.
Which is funny because the end-all scoring system just dropped on my head when I was thinking about playing blackjack, and I was like, why don't we have like a blackjack system?
You have me on my toes, dude. I'm on my tippy toes. Like I paid for this whole seat, but I'm only going to give the edge.
I was like, it was just simple to me. I was like, I instantly knew. Like everybody starts as a zero. Here, let me give you the little notepad for it. Let's go to.
Do it. Yank me off the screen. Nobody wants to look at my mug anyway. Come on, let's get some information up here.
This guy here. So, by the way, I was also talking with.
Oh my God, this is a document. Well done, Manny. Let's get it.
Shout out to Jason Hunt, because he gave me a little doohickey here with the system of payouts and the 10 ball break and run contest, how you keep prize money, and how we will do this rolling tour. All right, so, and then shout out to me for figuring out something that's just gonna, I don't know, this is like a tornado. This Zen Score thing right here, we'll talk about this right here in a second, but okay. First off, let's talk about the payout structure. Any tournament with under 8 people, we're just going to pay out 100 to first place. Any tournament with 8 to 12 people, we're going to pay out first and second at 75. So here's a percentage. You see all these percentages, they're all first place is just taking all the pot. Whenever somebody wins a night and wins one of these first places, they will be barred from playing that tournament the next week, but they're welcome to play any other tournament during that weekday that's on the tour. They could win.
It's almost like being on a craps table where you pay up to the come line, you pass the come line, you go to the center line. From the center line, you can get to the payoff line. From there, you can introduce odds. And just because your last week you're out doesn't keep you out of the rotation. You come back in the rotation.
You come right back into rotation and you make the cash. If you can cash out every night, then that means that that basically 1 week you're off on vacation because the other week you just won all this cash. Pretty much.
You earned yourself a night off.
You earned a free week. Yeah, you earned a free week off. Okay, so one of the big things that we're going to encourage all of our players to do is they're going to spend $10. All right. And the bar is going to add 100 for 8 people and 200 for 16. Very simple. It's not complicated math. Okay. When we're going to have more than 8 people play or more than 16 when we get them, right? Even if we just get 16, they're going to get their money back from the people spending money at the bar, drinking, eating, which we're going to encourage.
But because the bar is matching the money, everybody stands a chance to win more than just the money that we came with, right?
Yes, because the bar is matching the money, you stand an extra chance of winning more money than anywhere else in the city or any other tournament that you can find because you have added money. So the added money, what we're going to do is have 2 separate scales players, amateur and pro, with 2 separate side pots. Okay, this is the genius here. You are the side pot for the amateur is going to be cheaper, and the side pot for the pro player, the better players that usually cash money, is going to be a little bit more expensive, but their payouts are going to be awesome. And the competition for the amateurs is going to be awesome. They're going to be in their own little brackets. And we're going to do all this using the Zen Score system. Okay, it's basically your player count rating. Everyone starts with the 0 as their player count rating. And once you play your first round in a tournament, you either win and pass the round, get 1 point added to your player count rating, right? Your Zen score, or you lose the round and you subtract a 1. So you would then therefore become a -1. Okay. The farther you go along, say you win round 2 in the winner side, your player score would go up 2 points. Okay. And if you lost, it would just go down 1 point. So every time you lose, you just go down 1 point. But if you win anytime on the winner side of the brackets, you're actually gaining an extra point or 2 or 3, depending how far you go into the bracket. Okay. And every time you lose, if you just keep losing a match, your point's just going to go down -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Say you've played 10 tournaments and all you've done was lost, and you'd be -20, right? It's because you would have lost twice that would be 2 points. So it's an awesome way to keep track of how somebody's doing in the tournaments. And then once we have them, everybody's got their number, we're going to seed these tournaments. Now let's take a look. Let's take a look at screen share. Let's take a look. Somewhere it should be a bracket, a seated bracket. Oh, okay. My computer gonna explode or not? Okay. Okay, so as you can see, these seated brackets are really cool. You can have players that are closely matched up, like here 15 and 18 go close to each other. Or somebody that's ranked 32 at the very bottom, the worst player, they're going to play their first round with the best player. That's genius, right? I mean, the guy's already supposed to lose.
So even though we have both brackets running simultaneously, it still looks like it's single elimination. Is that correct? Or
oh, this is double elimination. So
it's still double elimination. I see they're on top of each other.
Yeah, it's seated at the top, and then once you move to here's the bottom now. Once you move to the bottom, you know, you just go by where it designates you to go, right? To your designated area, and it crosses the people, right? So it keeps your rankings as best as it can be to eat like a good match, right? You know, if you're the weakest player, you're not going to be happy playing the best player. But look at everybody else. Like number 8 is going to play number 25, number 17 is going to play 16, number 9 is going to play 24, 4 is going to play 29, 13 is going to play 20, 5 is going to play 28, 12 is going to play 21, 2 is going to play 31, 15 is going to play 18. So if you're in the middle, you're more you're going to be matched up with somebody close to you, like 14 and 19. And if you're a higher player, you're going to end up with one of the weaker players, depending how high you are. You know, so it's just a total win situation for everybody.
Well, Manny, maybe I'm not seeing this properly. So if I sound stupid, forgive me.
Yeah, sure.
But I like the idea. Like, you remember how long it took me to get into a game with Billy? And by the time I finally ended up in a game with Billy, it was a 7-2 race at the end of the season to figure out which one of our teams was going to trophy above the other one. But by this system, if I'm not mistaken, I could have played Billy 6 weeks before then. Like, I didn't have to be ranked a 7 to end up in a game with Billy.
Yeah,
am I mistaken?
That has to do with a little bit different type of a ranking system where there's only 7. You can only, like, that's when like you're up to a 7, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's 7 variables, right? We're dealing with infinite variables.
That's what I'm thinking. I feel like no matter what level of gameplay I'm at, I could end up playing somebody far better or somebody who would be normally ranked far below me.
Now, here's the thing. Once a player plays enough times on these tours and their their Zen score establishes itself to where it's going to generally be, right?
Yeah.
We can have tournaments where it's like, okay, well, if your Zen score is this and you've already played 10 tournaments to establish your score, then we have one for you specifically for your level of play where all your competition is going to be right there in your face. Everybody that plays about your speed is going to be there. It's going to be a hard tournament for you, but it's going to be exciting.
Okay, I like that a lot. It's a lot like the YouTube analytics, where we don't have enough data gathered for this, but the moment we do have enough data gathered,
yeah,
like the genie's out of the bottle.
Yeah, that's the great thing is, like, I feel like we're a genie right now in a bottle. It's a great analogy. We're so a genie in a bottle, and people are just looking at us like, oh, that's just a bottle. But when the genie comes out, then they'll say, oh, that's actually was a genie in the bottle. And at that point, it would be too late for anybody that, I'm still want to have open arms, right, for any content creators that want to be. But I've noticed that what happens is you get a lot of haters, bro, and they'll continue to hate even more. They'll be even more hateful. And it's crazy.
But I think that's kind of the best thing about this is, like at one point I had 60,000 followers in Brazil alone. But predominantly my biggest crowd is for driving, for racing. And we race with Brazil most often. And, whether Brazil was considered our biggest competition or not, we've always felt like they were the more aggressive drivers out of all the other drivers. Canada, South Africa, Europe, UK entirely, Germany, wherever it was, Brazil just seemed to be the most aggressive drivers. And it was a very big conflict for me. It's like, I really feel bad broadcasting to Brazil when most of the people that show up on my broadcast are not aware that these guys are actually into our style of driving and they want to hang out and they want to talk about it and they want to be a part of the thing. But it was kind of the great equalizer. Like, just as you're describing, like, once we have the data and we can pair the right people together, this is really cool. And it makes for more interesting games. But it has to start from a standpoint of, like, are we all here to show up? Are we all here to play well? Are we all here to play hard? Are we here to find out who is the best? Are we here to see how good we are? And are we also here to see if we can get better? To see if we can play better by learning from somebody else? I don't really know a lot of places beyond this one, if there are any. Like, I've seen Facebook groups, but I don't really get immediate answers from a Facebook group. And I definitely don't see the same style of content or the same style of being lifted up, showing up in a Facebook group every week on the same day.
No, and I've gone out and personally scouted these people, and I'm twisting their arm. I'm like, you're part of Zen Pool, Team Zen Pool, you know what I mean? Whether you like it or not. But they're cool about it, right? Because they want to see that. They want to see some type of a unity for where they can share their content. And that's the thing. Zen Pool offers something for someone that's gonna enrich the channel itself. So it's copacetic, bro. It's totally copacetic.
I've heard from more than one person recently. You know, you and I have, you know, these quick meet and greets throughout the week. When we have time to get together, we get together. And I'm always working with a client whenever you get here, always. But I've heard from more than one of them. They're like, dude, that dude I felt like I just met my life coach. Like that's my guy. And I'm like, dude, he's just on some positivity shit every day. That's what he does. That's what he brings to the table. You could not possibly talk him out of it. That's what Manny does. Manny is on some positivity shit. And like,
the farther I go, the more you're
man,
never going to talk me out of it. Before you could have talked me out of it. Last year, you could have talked me out of it. I think this year, you're not going to talk me out of it.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I just don't know what's going to happen, but nobody's going to talk me out of it.
I love that the people that meet you, even the people that you've met, like you've known for a minute, like you and Jake met years ago, right?
Yeah.
And Jake was just so uplifted after having talked to you for like an hour. Like he got up, he strapped on his biggest set of balls, went right back out in the world, determined to get himself a win for the day. Like you made that dude feel like a W was in his future and he could attain it. And I think that's the community that is being nurtured here.
No, it is 100%. And I'm so happy to hear that because I know he was sitting in the truck and he looked like he was worried. And I just said a little prayer for him. I was like, man, I hope whatever he's going through, he gets through it and he can do what he's got to do today. Because we're all on that same path where every day we're like, why do I have to do this, God? Why? But at the same time, oh, I love it. Like joy comes from somewhere and you're having a great time.
Everybody's got bad news. But you know what everybody needs? Just a little bit of good news. Just a little bit of good news. I mean, every year we're supposed to give up something for Lent, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Zen Score, bro, the Zen Score, bro, it's gonna knock, I'm telling you, it's gonna knock the door, it's gonna blow the door off because we're not relying on another league and their algorithm, you know, that pisses me off. That a league just hoards an algorithm. They're like, well, okay, I have this algorithm and this is how we keep score. And, you know, it's proprietary and, you know, it's the only way that we're going to have competition. It's like, well, what's in it for the players? You know, like I see where the leagues, you know, can afford nothing against the leagues, like no hating on them, bro. But where is the entity for the players? You know what I mean?
Yeah. As many years as I played APA, as many years as I played BCA, as many years as I played every style of gameplay, I've really never been in the presence of anybody that runs the league. And you know me, I've been producing audio for 25 years, and I've played in every club from coast to coast, potatoes and toast. But I've met every club owner. I have met every investor. I've met every single one of them. They are people that would shake my hand and talk to me. And I'm not insulting APA or BCA anyway, I still support these leagues. I had 10 great years playing in the both of them. But that being said,
if it wasn't for APA, we wouldn't have known each other, right?
Exactly. But that being said, like I've never been able to talk to anyone that was responsible for these leagues. Are random. We're talking about a sport that is hosted and ran by the people that play the game. And we're kind of the only sport that does that.
Yeah. Hey, really, come on.
Like it's that important. It's so important to us that we have organized billiards gameplay, that the people that play the game will actually organize the games. If you don't understand how difficult this can be, try to organize a baseball game 7-on-7 for this Saturday and see if you can get 14 people to agree to be on two different teams and play without 75,000 satellite fights starting over who's going to be on what team, who gets to wear what jersey, who's going to be shirts, who's going to be skins. Do I have to bring my own bat? Well, I want to use softballs. Okay, look, this does not happen.
No, it's not. It's not a regulation. I'm not playing. If we hit a home run, I want it to be a real home run.
Exactly. And billiards players, chess players, billiards players, bowlers. I feel like these are really tight knit groups. I mean, if you've ever seen a bunch of dudes play chess in the park, they could care less that we're watching. And they're almost flattered if we are, but they're not going to reach out to us and talk to us, you know? And I don't see anything wrong with seeing a dude do something awesome, make a killer chess move, and 16 people that they don't know cheer for that dude. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that's a big win for that guy. And, you know, anybody who's ever been to England and seen the guys with the big fluffy hats guarding the queen.
It's a win, bro. You know what, bro? Let me tell you something. 2 spectators together watching anything is such a big win. For 2 people to be clapping, watching something, you're on to something big, okay? You're on to something big. If 2 people can sit down and watch and clap, just keep going with it, because that's what it took at Clicks. 2 guys I've never seen before just started becoming a regular to the tournament and started clapping for people. It was amazing. I'm still blown away. Where did these guys come from and why are they so positive? I don't know, but they're awesome. And I support them because when they come and they clap on the shots, everybody goes, what are those guys clapping at? They look.
I should be watching too. Maybe I'll start watching also. Dude, I've got videos online of my band playing and 4 people aren't clapping. They're leaving as soon as the song starts. But the thing is, we still don't know the guy that recorded that footage. All we know is somebody was interested enough in what we were doing. They came back 2 weeks in a row, filmed us playing, put that stuff online, and that guy has yet to reach out to us to tell us who he is. But he wasn't doing that for us. He was doing that for him. And I celebrate that he was able to get the content he was aiming for based off of our play that evening. We played some songs. He got the content he was looking for. We were a part of that synergetic thing that happened, and it was freaking amazing. When we found ourselves online based off of this guy's actions, it meant the world to us. Like, I mean, we were on Fox News like 6 months before. We were put in front of a crowd of like 5.5 million people here in Austin, Texas. And this guy that showed up twice and filmed us honestly meant more to us than being on the news.
No, because it's genuine. He cares. You know, he's not worried about the numbers. He's not thinking about any of that. He was having a good time and likes the content so much that he decided, you know what? I want to share this content with somebody else.
Right. We had our reason for showing up and doing our job. And you know what? That guy had his reason for showing up and doing his job too. And all of us did our own jobs. And you know what happened? Something really cool got documented and shared with other people. And every day gets shared again. Like, I'm just going to refer to that Goody Mob lyric. I was granted that this is my soulmate to appropriate, and I'm going to give back what I was given. And that's a life worth living. And man, if you can't celebrate a life worth living, then, you know, you might be missing the point. And well, I know I'm not missing the point. That's why I'm here.
Well, that's why you're here. You know, that's why you're focused on what you do every day. And
it's not why my facial hair looks this atrocious. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get smooth and shiny like
not everybody's blessed with the positions or, you know, where they can be creating. A lot of people see what I do or you do, and they're like, oh man, I wish I could be doing that. You know, and they can, right? That's the whole point of us being here together now, is that we're offering a hand to those people who want to do this. We can help them. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be grinding every day on it. Like I'm grinding every day on this, but you don't have to grind every day. You can grind how you grind, get in where you fit in, and be part of the content creation on the channel and be something bigger than yourself. You're yourself, but you're still something bigger than yourself, right? And
like on a daily basis, I take my L's, but I pick my struggles.
That's what we're setting up. Platforms. We're going to take a content creator, put up a platform. He comes in that hour. We celebrate him in that hour. And as we celebrate him, we gain viewers, we gain traction, and we roll over that traction onto the next content creator in succession.
Right.
That's
not only is nobody excluded, but all wins are included. If you show up, you won. If we get a chance to learn something more about somebody, if we get a chance to share with our audience what this person is doing, what they have to offer, we all learn from it. And if we don't, it's because we choose not to. And you know what? That's your thing. If that's what you're into, that's your thing. If you get something out of it, I think that's amazing. But overall, that's kind of what it's here for. Like, we are going to put in the time. We're going to show up weekly. We're going to be here in the hopes that we're able to provide something for someone to take something home with them, to wake up with tomorrow and say, you know what? I'm going to remember that one sentence I heard yesterday. Just like we we're talking about with golf, with billiards, anything else. One amazing thing that you didn't see yesterday that you saw here today is enough to get you coming back tomorrow. And we want you guys to show up again the next day and do it again.
It's like Damien with that piece of content. When you showed me, I literally was holding back, breaking down, crying. Like, I wanted to fall to my knees, how beautiful that piece was. Like, knowing that I could possibly share it with other people and it could like reach a lot of people. And not only that, but that content can inspire other people to create content like that. I feel like he was really trying to reach out to the listener, and you really feel like he was pulling you in, like really pulling you in. I was getting pulled in, you know?
And you know, ultimately he was just being honest. He was just being honest.
Being honest, exactly. He doesn't even understand. I don't think he understands the
I was like, this dude did not go out and do pranks on people. He didn't go and like do weird shit to get YouTube grabs. He was just being honest, and it was incredibly captivating. And really, man, it was captivating to a point that I've shown that piece to my family members to be like, this is the reason why I am stoked to be doing what we're doing. Like, I am overjoyed to be a part of this because we're getting the opportunity to work with guys like this. And the thing is, I don't know who the next person is that's going to grab my attention that way. But I know if I'm not here, I'm not going to find them. And I want to be amazed. I want to be uplifted. I want to be energized. I want to be energetic, and I want to be stoked for someone else's progress.
And so that's another thing. I want Zen Pool to have a workroom where, if like, say, like I was saying, right, I'm working on something, I can be in the room working on it. If someone's like, hey Manny, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, well, what do you think about that? Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I should, change that. And this is better. Like, oh, okay, by the way, I'm doing this. Can you help me? Oh, you're doing that. Yeah, I know so-and-so. We can do this. You know what I mean?
I'm going to send you an image to Messenger so you don't have to change any settings. But I've got half the room done. And this will be for, this will give us the ability to analyze our AV product on its way out to make sure that it sounds proper, it looks proper. So this is our new listening environment for quality, clarity, and continuity. Let me send this over to you, shot brother. It should be, I got to pick the right one. I don't want to send you the shitty one.
Yeah, because that's where it's at. That's where it's at.
Yep, that's it.
Content's coming in.
Environment for proofing our media and making sure that our audio is on point. Now, I'm not done yet. Still going to add another center channel or 2 or 3 or 5 and a section of subs. But at least in this image, I think it's very easy to see that we have got what we need to make sure our audio is spectacular. Now, I'm an audio engineer, so that's kind of my job.
Another thing that shell, bro, like that can also change, along with the Zen Score. Those two things, bro, can change the total face of how people play pool within a matter of years, bro. Like it could just look totally different because the streaming is a big thing. We just had one of our big streamers, Lonnie, the San Antonio. They take his stream down because, you know, it caught like 3 seconds of Britney Spears or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're done. Okay. They shouldn't have to deal with that. It should be mic'd up with gates like we were talking about. And there should be some type of mechanism that they can speak into where they easily can just talk and then don't have to hit a button or touch anything.
I started working with Chess Optics today on, he was having trouble with his IO. His actual mouth movements were showing up slower. And so the audio was making its way first. And we went through a couple of things that were just my immediate go-tos. I ended up telling him, hey, just download FL Studio. You're not going to use it. I just want the drivers from FL Studio to be in your computer. So you can choose a proper ASIO driver that knows how to run in and out at speed. Sure enough, he's not even using the program, but because
you have the ASIO drivers.
Right, because those drivers and those codecs were now on his computer.
What a driver is.
Everything up. Everything worked like clockwork.
A driver is a piece of software that helps another component run, right? So all you had to do was get this driver from this free, it's a free download, right?
Right. The trial version put that ASIO driver in his computer. Now, if he had gone searching for OBS updated drivers to do this, he'd have never found them because they don't exist. But we just put this other piece of software in his computer that he had no intention of using originally because those drivers and codecs were there. Now his computer's operating full speed. Everything's back to normal. Now, the big cool thing about that for me was he was like, yo, I've seen my friends use this and I was completely intrigued by it, but I was also intimidated. And I never thought I would mess with something like this. I can't believe it's in my computer now. I'm going to spend the rest of the night messing with this.
You created a monster, bro. He's got Fruity Loops, bro. It's dude, out of control right now.
He's a creator, and now he's got more tools to create with, and so I was more than happy to do it. And maybe it's going to become as big as Time Bandit, but you know what? If there's one thing I know about Chess Optics, is that he wants a dog, a lot of money and a dog, a pit bull to be exact.
He's gonna get it.
Tell you what, that dude, you know, I heard Earl Nightingale. He was a sales trainer in the 1960s. And he says people have a hard time defining success. Some people think that success comes before money. Some people think that money comes before success. He says they have a hard time because of that principle, understanding whether or not they are in fact successful. And I've said this before, I think I even said it earlier, but the definition of success is very simple. Any person that wakes up and puts their time and effort into working towards the accomplishing of a worthwhile ideal, that person is a success. The fact that you wake up every day and you go back after that worthwhile ideal is a success. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress.
And I always had it in my heart, was I doing enough? I mean, how much could I do, right? Possibly as one person could humanly do. I didn't ever know. But thank you, Langdon, for being that piece of inspiration, right? That day you told me that, you know, like I know the piece of Earl, you know, I've heard him talk about it a couple of times. And you rang,
we watched it together on like Facebook
Earl
shared
bell
media,
for me, bro. You boom, you hit the bell, and I appreciate you for that. And we're gonna put a link in this video. On that note, I'm gonna cut it off here unless you got anything to say, Langdon. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, you can find us just by visiting our Facebook, Zen Pool Studios, finding the link at the top and joining in with us. but definitely I'm going to be putting a link to that Earl video so that people can check it out and y'all can get the gong and y'all can know that it's not about what you have. It's not about this material thing. It's about the process and the daily progress. And as long as you progressively have been going slowly, piece by like step by, you're going to get wherever you're going. You're going to get there. You don't have to worry about that. Just
I'd like to put a challenge in for everybody, Manny. I'd like to put a challenge in before we go. If you happen upon this and you know somebody who you either believe should be sharing their ideas and their content with other people, or if you know they're already on that track but they're struggling to find their way, or maybe they're just a little insecure and they don't feel strong enough to go out there and do it. Maybe they're worried about everybody's going to laugh at me or nobody's going to support me or anything. Do us all a favor, because we're here on this broadcast right now, but we are normally just everyday Joes doing an everyday thing. And we just kind of want to encourage and welcome anyone to take that one step, that one extra step it takes, because they may think they're a million steps away from their goal. But the truth is you could be half a step away from tripping, falling down, and standing up right where you always wanted to be. And so if you know anybody who is close to that, please encourage them to find their way here. And we welcome them. We welcome you. And I don't know. There's just a place to get that work done. And I think this is that place. So
it's the place, bro. It's the place.
Open arms. We welcome you here.
You seen Audie, you know, that she did that awesome little video piece and everybody's, you know, it's going to be, the content's going to slowly start rolling in. I'm excited to use Chess Optics. Like, that just blows that video. Once everybody sees that, like, I don't know. I just have a feeling that when people see that, it's going to resonate. It's going to, just like the Earl video, it's going to go boom. It's going to hit everybody in the head. And everybody's going to be like, oh, I know what you're talking about, bro.
Mm-hmm. And you know what, you guys, just, I mean, there's no charge for the seat, but you're only going to need the edge. But real talk, this guy has got an hour and 50-minute movie that he is editing down right now. And I swear to you, I promise you, I would not let you down. I would not guide you the wrong way. Seeing what one independent content creator can do with just some logistical help from other people, it is in fact going to blow minds. It is really, like, I love an inspirational speaker, but you're talking about a man who is not putting himself in a position to be your inspirational speaker. He just speaks and it's inspirational. It's not his goal to be an inspirational speaker, but you can't help but be inspired by hearing this man's content. I'm telling you, it's brilliant, brilliant. Manny, thanks for always having me. I'll be right here. You gonna close this out? Yeah.
Next Thursday, anybody wants to come by, we're here. This is a silent revolution. And I think I'm ready for the genie to come out the bottle. That's all I know. But
and my new relationship content on the way. I don't know if I'm gonna own it or not, but it's hilarious. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay, guys. See y'all soon in this.